Hi everybody, this is your weekly horoscope for the week starting Monday the 22nd of August and going through until Sunday the 28th of August. I'm back at the Abbey here in Glastonbury. It is super humid today, so hopefully I'll be able to actually do this weekly horoscope without getting soaked, so fingers crossed. Um, I've had a look at this week and it's interesting. It's an interesting week of really being focused on the details and also having a lot of scope for personal self-care and really making tweaks in your life that make your life look better on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to give you a rundown of each of these days. Monday the 22nd of August starts really positively. The moon goes into Taurus at 20 past 9 in the evening, again based on Greenwich Mean Time. The sun goes into Virgo, so happy birthday to all you Virgos out there, at 4:40 in the afternoon, and Mercury in Virgo conjuncts Jupiter in Virgo. So the week starts off very practically. Communication is easy, it's great, it is practical, it's easy to understand, and if you give someone advice, it may actually be accepted and implemented by the other person. Shock horror. Advice actually being taken up. So yeah, if you're advising someone or if you're trying to help someone else out in terms of, these are the practical things you can do to make your situation better, Monday is a great day to do that. Tuesday is a great day to listen to your own personal intuition and to make practical changes. It's a positive day, it feels gentle, and life seems kind of malleable to you, almost like Play-Doh. So it's almost like you can squeeze your circumstances and you can mold and change them into what you want to be doing. So things kind of seem within your control and they seem responsive to your actions and also your thoughts around them. So Taurus is the sign the moon is in on Tuesday the 23rd, and it sextiles Neptune in Pisces and trines Pluto and Capricorn. So there is a real connection between the inner world and the outer world, and they come together harmoniously and work nicely together. So if you're someone who's into manifestation work, into implementing changes in your life, really positive day for you. Now what Wednesday becomes a little bit trickier because we've got a major conjunction happening. We've got Mars, the personal planet of war and desire, conjuncting Saturn, the planet of scrutiny and restriction. Both of them are in Sagittarius, and it's almost like having one foot on the gas and the other foot on the brake. There's a great sense of conviction, power, a great sense of this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm not going to compromise on, and this is how I'm going to move forward. That's the positive side. And to understand what area of your life this affects you in, have a look at the monthly forecast for your sign of the zodiac. So if you're a sun sign Virgo or a sun sign Cancer, have a look for the horoscope for August, because in those forecasts I look at this specifically and tell you what area of your life, what part of your life you become much more certain about and what you become less willing to compromise on. Now, on the downside of this, Mars is the archetype of war. Saturn is about limitation and things really stepping in your way and becoming more difficult. So there is even potential here negatively for more aggression and even conflict and violence. So watch out for this, especially if things frustrate you. The way to resolve that frustration is not to, freak out and to throw stuff, but it's to communicate. Because communication, despite all of this energy, is still really good, and you're able to think very clearly. The moon is in Gemini, so on a soul level, you feel very curious about information, you feel very able to learn, you're interested in getting to the truth, and that squares the sun. So there's a sense of identity connected with information, and through having the right information you learn. Through having correct info, you're able to progress. So the other things happening on Wednesday the 24th here are Mars and Saturn conjuncting the way I've mentioned. The moon does go into Gemini at 11:41 in the evening, and Venus in Virgo opposes Chiron in Pisces. So practical matters kind of beat the feelings, and if you're able to kind of look at something and you can manage to stay positive around it, or you can maintain a positive and a constructive frame of mind, there's a real potential to implement those things in the real world and to become happier with the outcome. And this is what I meant when I referred to the week at the beginning of this reading being very much about self-care and tweaking your circumstances so that they please you more, so that your life can become more of a joy to you on a day-to-day basis. Thursday is all about visualizing, strategizing, and planning. It's the fourth quarter moon. That happens at 3:42 in the morning. This is the final major station before the moon moves on now to becoming a new moon again, being totally black. The moon is in Gemini and it squares Neptune in Pisces. Mars is in Sagittarius and squares Neptune in Pisces. So we've got really strong energy here with Mars and Saturn and Neptune coming together. And it's all about seeing the unmanifest, visualizing it in your mind, implementing those plans, and intending and vowing to implement them in the future. That's what's going to be the greatest talent. And it's kind of like shifting things and adjusting things so that they work more effectively and that they're better. Okay, we got some people coming up behind me. Seems okay, just some passing monks there. Okay, Friday the 26th of August, this is now again an amazing day to iron out details. You can perfect your circumstances by tweaking them. And it's also an amazing day to make health plans and resolutions and to actually get started on these things. So it's not just the practical circumstances in your life, you can also look at the practicality of your physical being and how to make that more effective and how to tweak it so it becomes better and you have more energy and it serves you in a positive way. The moon in Gemini forms a lot of squares on this day. It squares Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury. So there's a lot of friction, there's a lot of energy focused on making things better and perfecting them and kind of working towards perfection almost. Now, we all know that perfectionism is a huge disability if you are a perfectionist. Nothing is ever perfect on planet Earth. But on this day, it's not so much in terms of, oh, nothing's perfect, I feel paralyzed because of that. It's about trying to make things better and trying to make things perfect without insisting that everything's 100%. So I really think that this is a positive time for you where you can kind of galvanize your inner forces and make them work in your favor to make your life better. So get busy this week, be practical. You can really, you know, the Play-Doh thing earlier in the week, your life will respond to what you put into it. Now Saturday, the 27th, the moon goes into Cancer at 3:07 in the morning. The moon in Cancer then trines Neptune in Pisces, and Venus in Virgo conjuncts Jupiter in Virgo. So this is about testing the waters now. You've implemented some changes, look at the changes that you're wanting to make, see how they feel in reality, and depending on what the response is, make additional tweaks. So let's say you've decided to go vegan and you start implementing your vegan diet and you're starting now to notice that some things really work for you and others don't. You know, you like chickpeas, but you really despise soy-based yogurt or whatever. So now you actually have experience, you have personal experience of what these changes feel like, and because of this personal experience you can now tweak things to make them even better. So that's what this is about, testing the water and continuing to perfect things in your life so that they actually please you. So by the end of this week you can really be sitting in a situation in your life where you're more satisfied with the way things are and you've had a lot of power and control this week. Under the surface, as you can see and hear, there is this undercurrent of maybe feeling overly driven or maybe even frustrated or aggressive. So manage that as best you can and focus on the practical outcomes. That's really what the biggest gift of this week is. The tweaks and self-care. Finally, we finish the week on Sunday the 28th of August with the moon sextiling Jupiter, Venus and Mercury in Virgo. So on Saturday, the moon was squaring all of these things, so that creates friction. A sextile is much gentler, it's like a mini trine. So immediately it's a much more chill day, things feel much less aggressive and at odds with each other, they feel calmer. Mercury in Virgo conjuncts Venus in Virgo, and this is a really wonderful day. It's a gentle day, you have great understanding of self. It is the best day out of all of these days now of this week for self-care, for chilling out, for laying low, for just taking it easy. So all of this work that you've done during the week, give yourself a pat on the back, say well done, thank you for working so hard to make things better, for having the faith and the trust that life can be better and I want to make it better. And just take it easy on Sunday and really enjoy all the good that you've done. I'm just keeping a beady eye here on people in the back. So guys, I hope that's been useful for you. If you would like a private astrology reading, or you want me to look at your horoscope in particular and how things are going to affect you, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. We can look at finances, life purpose, what's coming up in your love life, romance, any of those things that may be on your mind. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Always very grateful for subscribers. And I also do live readings on Facebook. So check that out. It's facebook.com/GregoryScott444. Have an amazing week, and I will speak to you for the daily tarot readings here on the channel, the monthly horoscopes, and all the other little videos that I do, like new moons and full moons and vlogs and all sorts of stuff. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.